Imagine a hockey game where the defensive line suddenly becomes the most formidable offensive threat on the ice. This was the magic Bobby Orr brought to the rink. Born Robert Gordon Orr on March 20th, 1948, in Parry Sound, Ontario, Orr didn't just play hockey, he revolutionized it. His story is one of extraordinary talent, unyielding determination, and a legacy that still resonates in every rink worldwide. Early life and rise to stardom. Bobby Orr's journey began in the small town of Parry Sound, where his exceptional skating ability and puck handling skills quickly made him a local legend. By age 14, he was already on the radar of the Boston Bruins, who signed him to a contract that would bring him to the NHL by the time he was 18.
Came here in the Garden with the Boston Bruins, Bobby Orr. Bobby, are you enjoying it all?
Oh, very much so, thank you.
From his first game with the Bruins in 1966, it was clear that Orr was a different breed of defenseman. He brought an unprecedented combination of speed, agility, and offensive flair.
Bobby fit in as the greatest skater that ever played the game.
Fans and analysts were in awe as he scored 13 goals and 41 points in his rookie season, earning the Calder Memorial Trophy as the NHL's top rookie, redefining the role of a defenseman. Bobby Orr's offensive dominance is one of the most compelling aspects of his career, especially considering his position as a defenseman.
No other defenseman in the National Hockey League history has ever done it.
His ability to contribute significantly to his team's scoring efforts was unparalleled, and he redefined what it meant to play defense in the NHL. Unprecedented scoring feats. First defenseman to lead the NHL in scoring. In the 1969-70 season, Bobby Orr became the first defenseman in NHL history to lead the league in scoring, amassing 120 points, 33 goals, and 87 assists. This achievement alone was groundbreaking, as it challenged the traditional roles and expectations of defensemen. Single-season points record. Orr's 1970-71 season is particularly legendary. He scored 37 goals and provided 102 assists, totaling 139 points. This remains the highest single-season point total for a defenseman in NHL history.
Orr going in alone. His shot, goal! And the Bruins take a 1-0 lead, and that's Bobby Orr.
Orr's 102 assists that season were also a record for defensemen and were the most in the league. A rare feat for a player primarily tasked with defensive responsibilities. Consistent high performance. Over his 12-season career, Orr maintained an average of 1.39 points per game. This scoring rate is the highest among all defensemen in NHL history and underscores his consistent offensive output across different seasons and varying team dynamics. Changing the game, Orr's offensive capabilities weren't just about raw numbers. They changed the way hockey was played. Before Orr, defensemen were primarily stay-at-home players whose primary job was to protect their net. Orr revolutionized this role by becoming a pivotal part of his team's offense. His end-to-end rushes, ability to quarterback the power play, and vision on the ice allowed him to create scoring opportunities that defensemen before him rarely, if ever, did. Orr was famous for his ability to take the puck from his own zone, skate through the entire opposing team, and either set up a teammate or score himself. His speed, agility, and stick-handling skills were so advanced that he often looked like a forward-playing defense. Orr's intelligence and vision made him a natural choice to lead the power play. He could see plays develop and make precise passes to set up his teammates for scoring opportunities. His presence on the power plays increased his point totals and made his entire team more dangerous offensively. Records and milestones. Bobby Orr set numerous records during his career, many of which still stand today.
Winds up. He fires. Goal! And you gotta admire that guy, that Bobby Orr.
Most points in a season by a defenseman. Orr's 139 points in the 1970-71 season is still the highest total for a defenseman. Most assists in a season by a defenseman. His 102 assists in the same season are also a record for defensemen. First and only defenseman to win the Art Ross Trophy. Winning the league scoring title as a defenseman is an extraordinary accomplishment that Orr achieved twice, 1969-70 and 1974-75. Impact on team success. Orr's offensive contributions significantly influenced the Boston Bruins' success during his tenure. His ability to generate offense from the back end gave the Bruins a unique weapon few teams could counter. During Orr's time with the Bruins, the team was a perennial contender, culminating in 2 Stanley Cup victories, 1970 and 1972. 1970 Stanley Cup. Orr's performance during the 1970 playoffs was historic. He scored 9 goals and added 11 assists in 14 games, leading all players in points and earning the Conn Smythe Trophy as the playoff MVP. 1972 Stanley Cup. Orr continued to excel in the 1972 playoffs, scoring 5 goals and 19 assists in 15 games, once again leading the Bruins to the championship and securing his second Conn Smythe Trophy. Bobby Orr's offensive dominance was not just a fluke of statistics, but a transformative force in the NHL. His ability to lead the league in scoring set long-standing records and redefine the role of a defenseman highlights his unique talent and vision for the game. Orr wasn't just a great defenseman. He was one of the greatest offensive players in hockey history, revolutionizing the sport and inspiring future generations to push the boundaries of what defensemen can achieve on the ice. Iconic moments. One of the most iconic moments in NHL history is Orr's 1970 Stanley Cup winning goal. In overtime of Game 4 against the St. Louis Blues, Orr scored the decisive goal and was famously photographed flying through the air, a moment that perfectly encapsulates his grace, skill, and determination.
But not out. Bobby Orr behind the net to Sanderson. Orr! Bobby Orr scores in the Boston Bruins!
This goal not only won the Bruins their first Stanley Cup in 29 years, but also cemented Orr's status as a clutch performer. Defensive skills. While Orr is often celebrated for his offensive capabilities, his defensive skills were also top-notch. His skating allowed him to recover quickly, and his hockey sense enabled him to anticipate plays and disrupt the opposition effectively. Orr could dominate both ends of the ice, making him a complete player. Orr's revolutionary style directly influenced players like Paul Coffey, Ray Bourque, and Nicklas Lidstrom. Overcoming adversity, Orr's career was plagued by knee injuries, shortening his playing days. Despite undergoing numerous surgeries, Orr's performance remained stellar whenever he was on the ice. His ability to play through pain and still dominate the game speaks volumes about his resilience and determination, legacy, and lasting impact. Even after his retirement in 1978, Orr's influence on hockey has not waned. His revolutionary approach to the defenseman role has become the standard, and his legacy is celebrated through various honors and memorials, including his induction into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1979, which waived the usual waiting period. The Bobby Orr Hall of Fame in Parry Sound is a tribute to his incredible career and lasting impact on the sport. So, how good was Bobby Orr really? His numbers tell part of the story, but his impact goes far beyond statistics. Bobby Orr changed the game, forever altering the expectations and possibilities for defensemen in hockey. His offensive prowess and his defensive skills set new standards that still influence the sport today.
Clears it away, knocked down by Orr, gets the shot away, scores! A fantastic play by Bobby Orr!